Hey everyone, it's Tobi, and today I will show you 7 incredible secret bosses that you might have missed on the Super Nintendo. Those are taken straight from the games that I grew up with and that I still love to this day, so the first one of course has to be from Demon's Crest. This masterpiece of a platformer not only has some of the best pixel art if you like it dark and gothic, it also has an incredible secret boss battle. But first you must find all items and power-ups, which includes mastering a headache-inducing minigame where you have to repeatedly slam your face into the wall. Once you've acquired everything, the final boss of this game will have a third phase, which is incredible on its own. But that's not what I'm talking about here, because when you defeat the final boss's ultimate form, you get a unique password, and when you enter it, you automatically start a new game with a new location on the map. And that's where you find this guy, the Dark Demon. Now what makes this boss incredible is, well, first of all he's incredibly hard to beat, but second, you can now also transform into the ultimate gargoyle, which combines the strength of all the other gargoyle forms. So you can basically steamroll all the previous bosses now, but not the Dark Demon. That guy will still clap your ass so often that you might start ramming your head into the wall as well. Seriously, there's no easy way to defeat him. You simply have to learn his moveset, try to avoid taking damage as best as you can, and once you get the hang of it, buy a full set of ginseng potions and hope that he falls over before you do. But if you still manage to defeat the Dark Demon, you can watch a final ending where Firebrand discards the quests because he's simply too badass for them, and you get to see this awesome artwork. Man, I love this game. But do you know which game I also love? Starfox 64.
Wait a minute!
Oops, did I say Starfox 64? Of course I meant the original Starfox, because we are talking Super Nintendo here. I mean, I played the holy crap out of the Nintendo 64 game and could talk about it for hours, but Starfox for the SNES machine also has an incredible secret boss. To find him, you must choose the level 3 course and then make it to the second level, the asteroid belt. At the beginning of this level, you will see 2 big asteroids and you have to destroy the second one coming from the right, which spawns an egg. When you shoot the egg, a phoenix appears and you have to fly straight through the phoenix, which then warps you to somewhere out of this dimension. Seriously, that's the name of the stage, and this place is weird. The background is completely warped, so I am sorry if any of you feel dizzy right now. So after shooting some enemies in this strange level, the boss of this place appears. A giant freaking slot machine. I mean, case closed, right? It cannot possibly get any more incredible than a giant slot machine in outer space. If I would do a ranking video, that thing would crash straight to the S tier rank and leave the atmosphere. And that's probably how the slot machine ended up here in the first place. Anyway, you can shoot the lever to start the machine, and the goal here is to get a jackpot of 3 sevens. You can occasionally shoot the buttons below to lock a certain slot into place, but it still takes time and luck to get the jackpot. Once you win this battle, the credits roll, but you cannot get out of this place unless you get a game over. So I guess Fox is now lost in this strange world, and Andros will rule the Lilat system. Speaking about strange worlds, let's talk about the all-time favorite Super Mario World. But given this game's popularity, the next secret boss might not be that secret anymore, but that doesn't mean it's any less incredible. I'm of course talking about Big Boo in the Dunkin' Donuts secret house. For those 1 or 2 of you who don't know, in order to find this guy, you first have to find the secret exit in Donut Plains 1 and then also the secret exit in the following Donut Secret 1. And then you have to find the secret exit in the Donut Secret House. Anyway, once you defeat Big Boo, you get access to the incredible Star World, which is basically a secret hub that connects to every single world. And if you go all the way around, you can not only go straight to Bowser's castle and skip like 90% of this game, but you can also find another secret exit and enter the secret levels, which are painfully hard challenges if you are into that kind of stuff. So imagine my face as a little kid when I figured this out without the help of an online guide. And while we are talking about Mario, let's make a smooth transition to Super Mario RPG, because that game also has an incredible secret boss. Kulex, who you can find behind a sealed door in Monstro Village if you have a shiny stone in your pocket. Behind it you will find Kulex in another weirdly warped area. Now, the incredible thing about Kulex is that he is basically a Final Fantasy style superboss in a Mario game. Just look at him. His art style is straight from Final Fantasy. He is accompanied by a set of elemental fire, ice, earth and wind crystals, and the music that plays during and after the battle is a rearrangement of the Final Fantasy IV boss theme, the victory fanfare, and the crystal prelude. And I think it's now also crystal clear that this is a Mario game made by Square Enix. Now, as a Final Fantasy style superboss, the fight against Kulex is of course also incredibly hard. The elemental crystals significantly add to the incoming damage your party receives, so it's a good idea to first take out the crystals by exploiting their weaknesses and then focus on the boss himself. After his defeat, Kulex then casually breaks the fourth wall by saying that in another game, both of you may have been mortal enemies, and he gives you the quartz charm before returning to his own dimension. And I never thought Mario would make for such a great RPG. And while we are talking about great RPGs on the Super Nintendo, there's no way around Chrono Trigger. This masterpiece has so many things to discover. It of course also has an incredible secret boss. Specchio's final form, the Pink Gnu.
Tremble, mortals, and despair.
So the thing about Specchio is that his appearance reflects your party's power level. So as you level up your characters, he will change and appear in more powerful forms. And you can fight him as this goofy pink ball with a green mohawk by leveling at least one of your characters to level 99, and then visit Specchio in the end of time. And despite the Pink Gnu being kind of a super boss, there is an incredible way to defeat him with only a couple of hits. So the Pink Gnu attacks with the game's strongest spells, one of which reduces your party's hit points down to 1. And we can use this to our advantage, because guess what? There are abilities that deal damage based on your character's missing hit points, and you might see where this is going. So one of the best ways to deal with this goofball is by using the double tag Frog Flare, because that attack deals magic damage based on Frog's missing hit points, and you can deal over 8000 damage with a single strike. The Pink Gnu only has 20,000 hit points in total, and that means you can defeat him with only 3 attacks. As a bonus, Specchio has another kind of secret form if you visit him early in the game while your characters are still below level 10. You can easily miss this form because if you play the game naturally, you will likely be above level 10 the first time you reach the end of time. So yeah, there are a lot of incredible things to discover in this acclaimed masterpiece. But one of the lesser known RPGs on the SNES machine that deserves way more attention than it actually gets is Lufia 2. This game does a lot of cool things, like having engaging dungeon puzzles, Pokémons that assist you in battle, a badass soundtrack, and the Ancient Cave, a place that you enter without any items and your characters back at level 1. Yep, this game basically has its own roguelike dungeon where you have to fight your way through randomly generated floors, gain levels and equipment until the enemies beat you down, and try again, with a progression system in the form of rare loot that you can take back into the dungeon on your next attempt. The Ancient Cave also inhabits the toughest enemies the game has to offer, and of course an incredible boss at the bottom. The Master Jelly. But instead of attacking you with powerful moves, the Master Jelly is kind of a pacifist and doesn't lay a finger on you. But that doesn't mean this fight is going to be easy. The problem here is that the big blob flees from battle after 3 turns, and if that happens, you basically lost the fight and have to try again, by making another run down the cave through all 99 floors. This is kind of a dick move because there's no hint at how the fight actually works, so you are pretty much destined to lose the first time you get down here, which is not that easy by the way. But once you finally beat the Master Jelly, you not only get some powerful pieces of equipment, but also a part of the Iris treasure for your personal collection. And God knows, I love to collect. Now so far we covered platformers, a shoot 'em up and some RPGs, so what we are missing here is a good old beat 'em up. Because nothing feels more incredible than punching some bad guys or your friends straight into the face. And I don't know about you, but when I think beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo, my mind immediately goes to Street Fighter. And there just so happens to be an incredible secret boss in Street Fighter Alpha 2, Shin Akuma. Now finding this guy is pretty simple. You just have to go through the arcade mode on any difficulty and get 3 perfect wins before reaching the final opponent. A new challenger then appears and Shin Akuma enters the stage. And he's not joking when he says that he's power made flesh and you are just a weak noodle, because oh boy, this fight is not fair. Not only is the base CPU difficulty insanely high, Shin Akuma also does way more damage than usual, throws 2 air Hadokens at the same time, and I think he also reads your controller input to immediately counter your attacks. Honestly, I never managed to defeat this guy, and I tried really hard at some point. I don't even know if defeating him gives you anything special, but I can tell you quite well what you get for getting your ass kicked. But that's not the most incredible thing about this secret boss, because 20 years after the release of Street Fighter Alpha 2, it was discovered that there is indeed a cheat code to make Shin Akuma playable. Yep, after 20 years, people found out that you can actually play as this powerhouse. First you have to beat the arcade mode on any difficulty and get a high score. Then you have to enter the initials K, A and J and get back to the title screen. Then you have to hold the L, X, Y and the start button on a second controller while choosing either the arcade or the versus mode with controller 1. Then you have to choose Akuma while also holding the start button, and the color of Akuma's outfit changes to purple once you get to the stage selection. That's how you know it worked. And voila, there you have it. Now I think his damage is back to normal, but you get this awesome intro animation and you can indeed throw double Hadokens in the air. I somewhere also read that apparently using this code to play as Shin Akuma freezes the game in arcade mode, but I cannot confirm this. I could also use him perfectly fine going through Akuma's story. Wait a second, does that mean... Yep, apparently I can fight fire with fire and use Shin Akuma to play against Shin Akuma. So I guess I can finally beat... Nope, still got my ass kicked. Maybe it's just a skill issue. Anyway, those were 7 incredible secret bosses on the Super Nintendo, and if your favorites were not on this list, don't worry, just let me know in the comments. Also, I just want to inform you that I recently enabled the YouTube membership feature, so if you want to support this channel, consider becoming a member and receive my eternal gratitude in addition to these custom emojis that I quickly slapped together. I will of course think about more perks and tier levels in the future. I also have dedicated videos about the stuff that I just talked about, like a full walkthrough for Demon's Crest or a guide on how to beat the ancient cave in Lufia 2, which you can watch right now. So leave a like and subscribe to this channel because this is to be continued. Thanks for watching.